There are some people who make you laugh without even trying. People whose presence feels familiar, comforting, and quietly brilliant all at once. Paul Sinha has always been one of those people. For years, audiences have admired his sharp mind, quick wit, and calm confidence. He's the kind of person who delivers intelligence with warmth and humor, never making it feel heavy, never making it feel distant. Watching him has always felt like sharing a clever joke with a friend who just happens to be extraordinarily smart. But behind that familiar smile and effortless charm, Paul faced a chapter of life that tested him in ways few people ever see. This wasn't a story he rushed to tell. It wasn't framed for sympathy. It unfolded slowly, honestly, and with a quiet strength that left people deeply moved. When news of his personal health journey began to circulate, fans reacted with a mix of concern, admiration, and deep respect. Not because Paul asked for attention, but because his response to adversity reflected the same character audiences had loved for years: calm, clever, and unexpectedly uplifting. Those close to Paul say that even during difficult moments, his sense of humor never fully left the room. It may have softened, it may have paused at times, but it always found its way back. Apparently, he once joked that life had simply decided to test his problem-solving skills a little more aggressively than usual. Classic Paul. That humor wasn't denial, it was resilience, a reminder that laughter doesn't ignore difficulty, it helps you sit with it without being overwhelmed. What made Paul's journey especially powerful was the way he approached it. With honesty, but not drama. With openness, but not fear-mongering. He didn't present himself as a hero, he simply showed up as himself. And in doing so, he inspired people far beyond what he ever intended. Messages poured in from fans around the world. People shared stories of how Paul's presence on television had helped them through their own challenging periods. Some spoke of watching him with family members, laughing together during moments that felt otherwise heavy. Others admitted that seeing someone face uncertainty with dignity gave them courage they didn't know they needed. There was something deeply human about it all. Paul never pretended everything was easy, but he also refused to let uncertainty define him. Instead, he leaned into the things that have always mattered: connection, curiosity, humor, and kindness. Friends say his conversations became richer during this time, less rushed, more thoughtful, more appreciative of small moments, a shared joke, a quiet meal, a clever observation that only he could deliver in just the right way. There's something almost romantic about that approach to life. Not romance in the cinematic sense, but in the way someone chooses to keep loving the world even when it becomes unpredictable. In the way someone continues to value laughter, friendship, and warmth, even when circumstances shift. Paul's courage wasn't loud, it was steady. He showed that strength doesn't always mean charging forward. Sometimes it means pausing, reflecting, adjusting, and then continuing on your own terms. Fans noticed the change, but they also noticed what never changed. His intelligence remained sharp, his humor remained dry and perfectly timed, his ability to connect remained genuine. And perhaps most importantly, his appreciation for the people around him seemed to deepen. Those who know him say he became even more generous with his time, his words, and his attention, less interested in small frustrations, more focused on what truly mattered. At one point, Paul reportedly joked that life had given him a reminder to stop overthinking things, something that, coming from him, felt both ironic and charming. That joke spread quickly among fans, not because it was flashy, but because it felt real. As updates continued, so did the support. Viewers didn't just express concern, they expressed gratitude. Gratitude for his honesty, gratitude for his humor, gratitude for the years of laughter and learning he had already given them. And Paul, true to form, responded with humility. He never positioned himself above anyone else, never framed his experience as unique. Instead, he acknowledged the shared human experience of facing challenges and the importance of community in navigating them. That humility only deepened people's admiration. Because in a world that often celebrates perfection, Paul reminded everyone of the power of authenticity, of showing up as you are, of letting others see both your strength and your vulnerability without losing your sense of self. Today, Paul Sinha continues to inspire, not because of what he's faced, but because of how he's faced it. With intelligence, with humor, with grace, and with a quiet courage that doesn't demand applause, but earns it anyway. His story isn't about struggle alone. It's about perspective, about resilience, about choosing laughter even when life doesn't follow the script. If this story made you smile, reflect, or feel inspired in your own life, stay connected. Stories like Paul's remind us that courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it speaks softly, through kindness, humor, and the determination to keep moving forward. Because true strength isn't about never being challenged, it's about continuing to live fully, love deeply, and laugh honestly, no matter what comes your way. And that may be Paul Sinha's greatest gift of all.